Hey, welcome back! What has two eyes, loves the Bestie channel, and is the best thing since sliced bread? If you answered you, then you might be a narcissist. If you're worried that's a bad thing, don't be. Today's video is all about the profession a narcissist would be perfect for. But first, subscribe to Bestie and click the notification bell too. Help support Bestie by watching this video until the very end. If you truly are a narcissist, then you're probably not afraid of the word. Most people who identify as a narcissist will actually boast about it, rather than hiding this personality trait. So, what's the perfect job for a person like this? Actor? Mirror inspector? Turns out, it might be a teacher. Think about it. Teachers are kind of actors in a way. They have to stand up in front of a crowd and make lesson plans interesting. They have to captivate an audience, and people pay attention to them all day long. Those all sound like things a narcissist would love. Try to remember your favorite teacher ever. They were probably very charismatic and seemed like they loved what they were doing. Mine was a grade 2 teacher named Ms. Wood. We would have bubblegum chewing contests every Friday, and whoever could blow the biggest bubble won a whole pack of gum. The good stuff, too. I'm not sure that makes her a narcissist, though. Let's see what else makes teaching the perfect gig for narcissism. When a teacher is proud of you, they usually take pride in a job well done. For example, if your music teacher always encouraged you in high school and then you start touring the world with Elton John a few years later, they might take credit for putting you on that path. That kind of sounds a bit like narcissism, doesn't it? Taking credit for things you might not be able to take credit for. Not to say that teacher didn't help them along their journey, but are they responsible for the talent? Probably not. Another thing that links teachers to narcissism is that narcissists like to be lumped in with the it crowd, people who are successful, as it makes them feel successful too. Teachers feel proud when their students perform well, as it reflects well back onto them. Same thing goes for narcissists. However, narcissists want to be the person of the highest status in the group as well. In a classroom, a teacher is certainly the most important person. They make the rules, and really they're kind of the star of the show. But again, we're saying these are all things that make them great teachers. So, what are the traits of a narcissist, and how do you identify one? Well, off the top, we said they probably wouldn't be shy about this personality trait. But some research says that people are more likely to point out if someone is a narcissist before they know it themselves. This happens because people suffering from narcissism will rarely look at their own problems. It's hard for a narcissistic person to grow as an individual because they don't have a great ability to be critical of their own actions. How could they? They think they can do no wrong. There's also the idea that not everyone is a full-blown narcissist. There's the ability for someone to have narcissistic traits. For example, confidence. The ability to take what life throws at you and being an extrovert can all be narcissistic traits, but not actual narcissism. Like we were saying before, it's not all bad. These are sort of positive traits that could help anyone in a work environment, especially teachers. Even though some have narcissistic traits, that doesn't mean they were true narcissists. This just wouldn't work. When narcissism starts becoming a problem, that's when you might be dealing with a true narcissistic person. Some of the clear indicators of someone who is a true narcissist include a lack of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to have relationships with others while having their emotions in mind and able to express yours in a healthy and non-offensive way. True narcissists also have very little empathy for others. Their only concern is how they're feeling, so why would they care about how you're feeling, let alone try to understand? Another red flag when it comes to narcissism and some of the not-so-great qualities are the constant need for validation about how great they or their work is. They always feel like they have the right to special treatment and crave the feeling of being liked by others. Know a few people like that in your life? Yeah, we do too. Again, not all narcissistic traits are bad all the time, but some are not that great. One aspect of the narcissist that would not be appropriate for teaching would be the idea that others' concerns or critiques are a personal attack on the narcissistic person. It's the idea that if you criticize them, that must mean you don't like them and are attacking them. Therefore, they will probably respond with anger or negative feelings towards you later on. Even if your feedback was not about that narcissistic person at all, they will take it as a personal attack because of this idea that it's all about them. This would also be a problem in the classroom setting because the narcissist doesn't want to hear about any topic that has nothing to do with them. If a child asks a question about something not relevant to the lecture, a narcissist might see that as an insult instead of answering the question. You see how this could be problematic? There's also the idea that they can literally do no wrong and will always blame someone else for their shortcomings. Everyone makes mistakes, and mistakes are usually a lesson in disguise. We learn from our mistakes, and they can make us better people in the end. However, a narcissist will have a really hard time growing as a person because they think everything they do is perfect. If something went wrong, it was because of some outside factors beyond their control. If something does go wrong and they get angry, the narcissist will probably blame you for their anger too, on top of everything else. This type of behavior can be really exhausting to deal with. So if someone is a true narcissist, they'll probably be known as such. Narcissistic traits can actually be good and sometimes help you perform better in certain professions like teaching. However, being a true narcissist, like we discussed, might not be the best personality trait and will probably result in difficulty finding a job that involves working with others. Do you think narcissistic traits can be good? Let us know in the comments section below what are the best professions for someone who is a narcissist. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.